just for the record, those of you who are Trump fans, well, yes, the Trump assassination attempt. So, I mean, obviously, if you don't know, it was staged, and it was just a blood pack, exploding blood pack. I mean, an AR-15. You know, disintegrates your ear with such high velocity, and if it just grazes your ear, literally the shock wave from it. Yeah, there's no hanging. There's no hanging bits of flesh, or the doctor was the doctor who said there was a 2 centimeter. There's no 2 centimeter wound. With the 2 centimeter wound, you'd see some flesh hanging off, and he was a Republican. I think a senator, or he's a politician who's lied for Trump before. The guy is a Republican congressman at this time and has a history of lying for Trump after medical screenings. Bonnie Jackson. So to clarify here, Jesus at the second coming, according to my angels when they came back from 1982, one of the first things they said to me is, if we hadn't had your back, you'd have been killed many times over. Okay, as a truther, Russ Brown, no idea at all that I died many times over. I knew it was, a close call. That's why I was living on a boat, living on a 24-foot boat, because I didn't think I was, invincible or anything. At that point, I was just Russ Brown, who is a mere mortal, who is likely to be killed for his YouTube videos, and because he feels really passionately about the truth and about how wrong it is for those who rule over us, the political class, to treat people like this and just take the piss out of people, and create a protection racket. Basically, if you have a look on my YouTube video, that's Russ Brown Destroys Babylon. Very suppressed. Google still not lifted that ban from 2016. That says, it's just a no visibility. They control the algorithm, and if they want you to have no visibility because you are a threat to the status quo, as indeed I am, of course. So that's what. So yeah, I was, and that's not including, of course, the one that we let happen, because it implicates no one but the British government, because only the British government have this stuff, and that is nuclear radiation particles at CV130AL. Like I said, it'll be there for the next 30,000 years or something, as testimony to the fact that the British government went mad and tried to assassinate Jesus at the second coming. But Trump, and the one that you all worship, and no, okay, he was never in danger. There was no assassination. It was all fake, and like I say, one day the truth will come out, and that I don't do things like that, and I've not lived the kind of life he's lived. I've not been on Epstein's plane 7 times, and all sorts of things we don't know about, of course. I don't build towers to the sky with my name written on them. See, what's happened here is America's become a sort of a parody of itself and of the male ego, to such an extent that it's become, vile. It's just become vile. I mean, I remember lying in bed, so I must have been about 13 or 14, and it was on in the morning, maybe Saturday morning, the Simpsons episode with Donald Trump becoming president, and I absolutely knew what I said to myself. I may have even spoke it. I said, "Oh my God, that's actually going to happen, isn't it? That's disgusting." It's to me at that time. The kind of people you admire are like intellectuals and aid workers and these sort of people. There was only once, I think it was Venezuela or Peru or something like that, somewhere in South America. The president actually, just lived in a sort of a bit like me, in a boat or something. He was genuinely, insisted, just at a point of principle, that he was going to uh, live amongst the poor if he was going to have empathy and understand the poor. And that's exactly why I've had to. I mean, I live in at the moment I'm in a one-bedroom council flat in, council estate, which is very, very rough, very rough. But you can only. I mean, I had of incredible things. I mean, if you could see the story through my eyes, it's a shame it's not sort of like a film or something. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure my angels are recording everything, so we'll probably edit it into something pretty cool. But I mean, I had a woman at my door, real close friend. Salt to the earth. These women around here were just beautiful souls. They're so poor. I mean, they're desperately poor and really struggling just to get by month to month, or universal credit hasn't gone up since unemployment, or whatever you used to call it, benefit, it hasn't gone up since the 90s. £146 uh, every 2 weeks in 1996 or 97, and it's £300 now. It's actually gone down a little bit. Universal credit, well, that's anyway, that terrible, really bad. I mean, it's a real struggle for people. And she was at the door the other day. I'll do an interview with her if she consents. And they're taking a baby, and she didn't know why, and they'd also taken her crucifix, which her grandmother gave her. And I'm like, what? They've stolen my crucifix that my grandmother gave me. I mean, they're trying to take everything from her. This is the government. This is the child protection or whoever they are, and they're trying to take everything that's a support to her or comfort to her. Her children, her crucifix. I mean, that's something's very wrong, and they're really sadistically cruel. These people, that's almost beyond comprehension. Really, I'm investigating, and there's a memorial in Jardine Crescent, which is like really rough, really rough area. But like I say, I mean, this is where you really meet and get to understand people's stories. And I'm really, like I say, all my male friends are all the kind of people that, like Lunny, that everyone else would. Be scared to. Well, they're all. Obviously, he plays on that. He looks like a troll, and he says it himself. He says, "Look at me." Scary guy who is crazy. He tries to start fights every single day when I was with him, and but that's kind of why I love him in a way, because he's just so crazy, and he's got a story, and the story was, he witnessed his mum being stabbed at 6 years old, and things like that really fuck you up for life, and like probably the reason I went out with Eva Stakurska, my first serious girlfriend, really. I was like 17 or 18. She was 21. Met her in a pub and, in Eastern Green, and she was reading a book and looking very intellectual, and walked outside the doors of the pub, and she just started snogging me, and so that was it. But no, we had a beautiful relationship. But what made me, in a way, I wanted to have a relationship with her and go out with her was because her story was so tragic. She was engaged to a local boy, and they were jumping off cliffs, and he jumped off a cliff, and the water was too shallow, and he broke his neck and died. And they gave it was Gorbachev at the time. They gave her a transit